The Romanian deadlift is hands down one of the best exercises that you can do for injury prevention and building your posterior chain. However, is it completely necessary for your training goals? Well, that's what we're going to cover in this video. G'day everyone, and welcome back to Powersthetics Fitness, helping you build your body to both look and perform at its best. In today's video, we're going to be looking over the Romanian deadlift and determining if it is necessary for your training goals. Starting off in terms of strength, I think the Romanian deadlift is hands down one of the best exercises you can do for your posterior chain and building up your hamstrings, your glutes, and your erector spinae. While the deadlift can arguably be the better alternative in this situation, I do think the Romanian deadlift does edge it out a little bit in terms of these three muscles listed before, since it emphasizes them a little bit more and takes them through a better range of motion. If your goal is hypertrophy, I think the Romanian deadlift is hands down one of the best ways to build up your posterior chain, especially as said before, the erector spinae, the glutes, and the hamstrings. They put a higher emphasis on the erector spinae, glutes, and hamstrings than the deadlift, and overall is just one of the best posterior chain builders in my opinion. When it comes to endurance, I think this is where the lift is slightly lacking. I think if you want to build up endurance in the lower body and the posterior chain, you're better off with doing things like jump squats or hip thrusts. If your goal is power, I think that this is definitely a good supplement for building up things such as the power clean or explosive deadlift. However, by itself, I think it is slightly lacking and therefore not super necessary for power athletes. So the question is, if you do have an injury, particularly a lower back injury, what do you do instead? Well, in my opinion, that's when I would opt for the hip thrust. This takes the lower back out of it and emphasizes more of the glutes and the hamstrings. If you don't have access to a barbell, I would recommend doing something like a single leg RDL. This allows you to hit very similar muscles while also using far less weight and allowing the single leg nature to be able to make the exercise a lot harder. So the question is the Romanian deadlift necessary? I would say 100%. I would even say it's slightly more necessary than the deadlift, simply because I think it is better if you have pre-existing injuries and is a better way to hit the posterior chain. That being said, both are still great exercises, but I would say the Romanian deadlift is slightly more necessary than the regular deadlift. But hey, let me know what you guys think. And there we have it. If you found this video helpful, be sure to drop a like. If you've got any questions regarding anything you saw in this video, be sure to comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you want your own program where I break everything down for you, be sure to check them out in the website, link in the description down below.